Welcome to Master Domaining. I'm Gene Pimentel, and in this session, we're going to begin talking about the easy passive income that you can make by leasing your domains. Passive income is one of the most sought after assets in any business. Who doesn't want to build a stream of recurring income that makes money for you while you pursue other passions, or free up your time so you can work on other areas of your business? There are a variety of ways you can turn your static domains into passive income, and I'm going to focus on one of them today, which is leasing. The same way cable companies and web companies lease you their modem or cable box, you too can and should attempt to lease your domains to prospects. The advantage of leasing the domains is twofold. Number one, passive income. Obviously, it would be great to receive anywhere from $50 to $100 or even $500 a month for just leasing out a domain name while you do absolutely nothing but pay the renewal fees. Number two, leasing your domains is a great way to offset your renewal costs and bring down expenses across your entire portfolio, from registrations to renewals. The biggest advantage of leasing domains, aside from the residual passive income stream, is the fact that you will not only be breaking even or making money monthly, but you'll still retain full ownership of the domains. You'll be able to keep them in your long-term portfolio of holdings without them becoming a financial burden. This means someone else is paying you to have the value of your domain accrue. How awesome is that? Because you retain full ownership, it really doesn't matter how little you charge for the monthly lease. After all, you retain full ownership of the domain at any point. Even if you can only lease out a fraction of your domains, if you can apply that income to the overall expense of your portfolio, you're coming out on top. If you're successful in buying many desirable domains, leasing them may come easier than selling and is another option you can present to your leads. Many times, a local business may not have the cash at hand to purchase a quality domain outright, but they may be willing to spend $50 or $75 or $100, upwards of $500 per month for those higher cost per click niches. Leasing out 10 domains at $100 a month is an extra $1,000 a month that you can pocket, apply to growing your domain holdings, renewal fees, or just stash for future expenses. When it comes to leasing the domains, to save yourself the hassle, ensure that you set up an automatic payment plan within PayPal so you don't have to deal with invoicing, collecting, and tracking payments monthly. Setting up automatic payment plans with PayPal is extremely simple. I'm not going to outline the steps here as many of you already know how to do this, and the information is readily available on PayPal's website. Just make sure that when you generate the button code, you create an HTML payment code so you can email them if they're signing up via email. Ensure that you work out the terms and ideally draw up a contract for the lease. Since you possess ownership of the domain, the burden of trust lies with them. So to alleviate their concerns, offering to have a contract drawn up can go a long way. You can find a plethora of reworkable contracts on the web, or if you plan to consistently lease, pay to have a template drawn up that you can reuse. The process is as simple as having them tell you where to point the name servers, which will take you about 2 minutes. This is the same process you use when you register a domain for yourself and point it to your hosting account. In this case, you simply point the domain to your client's account. Pricing your lease will obviously be dependent on the implied value of your domains. Obviously, you can't charge as much as you would to outright purchase, but taking the time to explain to the business how valuable the domain is and what it can mean to their traffic, it'll make the sale that much easier. Another option in the leasing department is the ability to lease to own. You can work out the details with the client, but it's simply an agreement where after so many monthly lease payments, the domain is transferred to their ownership. Sometimes young and growing businesses can't afford a $2,500 domain, but they can afford $50 or $100 a month and possibly more as their business grows. Even if you were to lease your domains for $25 a month and you leased 100 of them, you'd be generating $2,500 per month and still have full ownership of the domain names. I certainly don't suggest leasing for so little, but you can see how lucrative leasing can be. You can generate a lot of cash while still retaining full ownership of your domains and not losing any value in your portfolio. I will be covering this subject in more detail in future sessions.